So look, let's just dive right into it. Let's go ahead and get into the content. So tonight's edition of Storytime Motivation with your boy TeflonJohn is called Susan the Bag Lady, right? Susan the Bag Lady. And let's just start this story off so Susan is someone who loves to go on tours. She loves to travel. She loves to go on to art museums. She loves to go to historical museums, field trips, ever since she was a little girl, right? And as a little girl, wherever she would go in a gift shop and she would buy these bags. You know what I'm saying? So she would go to the art museum and she would buy a bag. And as a little girl, her mother bought her these bags, and what she would do is transfer those bags to these bags, so that way as she traveled she could just carry all of her bags with her, right? And she would go to these museums, she would go on field trips, you know what I'm saying, she would take tours overseas, and she would just carry these bags wherever she went, because she would buy souvenirs. She was always the type to bring something home, right? And so she had a friend that would always tell her, you know what I'm saying, you might want to leave some of those bags at home, because you never know what you're going to have to carry back. She's like, no, I love carrying my bags, right? But over these years, Susan had joined this group where she would go on these tours, but there was one museum in France that Susan really wanted to go to. One museum in France that she just I had to go there, right? Susan couldn't get there until she joined this group, and that's when she found out that she could really go there, right? And so keep in mind, you know what I'm saying, she's been collecting these bags. She's almost like a hoarder, right? She's almost like a hoarder with bags. And the one thing about this new museum is the doorway is tall and it's skinny, right? Now, the other doorways are normally short and wide, the double doors, right? But this is a selective special museum with special exhibits and art expos. And what she wants to do is she really wants to get there. So she buys a ticket. Right? She buys a ticket and she flies overseas, right? But guess what? She takes her bags with her. Susan just loves those bags. She wants to go buy more, artifacts, and she wants to buy more things from the gift shop. So what she does is when she gets there, she goes to the hotel room, she sleeps, she wakes up the next morning, and boom, they go to the museum. And what it is you can kind of tour the outside, and as you go up to the inside, she reaches the actual door, right? And as she buys these things from gift shop to gift shop, there were these glass vases that were made, handcrafted. And there, as soon as you get in the door, she'd been dying to get in there to see these handcrafted vases. And what happens is she has to squeeze and maneuver her way in the door with these bags. And once she jerks herself to get in, she trips and falls and she breaks the glass vases. Somewhere she had been dying to go, something she had been dying to see, what she was carrying broke the glass vases. The very thing that she wanted to see, it broke it. So what I want you to know in life, right, that even like Susan, as Susan went through childhood into adulthood, right, she was carrying these bags. And sometimes as we go from childhood throughout life, we end up picking up these bags. We end up picking up a bag of guilt. We end up picking up a bag of sadness. We end up picking up, you know what I'm saying, a bag of lust, you know what I'm saying, a bag of guilt. And so what we got to do is learn how to put these bags down. Because remember, early on, the doorways were short and wide, so they were made for you to bring in a lot of bags. But the one place that she wanted to really go to, the one place that Susan wanted to go to, the doorway was tall and narrow, meaning you had to walk upright and you had to put the bags down. So what I want you to do in life is, are you carrying bags? Are you carrying emotional baggage around? And sometimes we're like Susan, instead of breaking glass vases in a museum, we end up tearing up our marriage because we brought emotional baggage from our previous relationships. We end up losing our job because we bring emotional baggage from previous jobs. You know what I'm saying? We end up messing up our family relationship due to the fact that we're carrying emotional baggage from someone that done us wrong in the past. So just like Susan carrying bags and picking them up and collecting them, right? She was obsessed with collecting bags. Some of us, when people do us wrong, we just throw the bag on our shoulder. We throw another bag on our shoulder. And then we're just like this picture in the background. We're trying to shop and we're trying to maneuver with all these bags. And guess what? We get clumsy. We fall. We bump into people. And sometimes your baggage can hurt people. Just like if you were carrying literal bags and you end up bumping into somebody, right? Just how she bumped the glass vases. Sometimes your emotional baggage is bumping your spouse. Sometimes your emotional baggage is bumping your parents. Sometimes your emotional baggage is bumping your siblings because you are trying to maneuver with these bags instead of putting them down. If someone hurt you, right? If someone hurt you in life, you know what I'm saying? It is not your responsibility to carry the guilt of what someone did to you. It's only your job to forgive them. So when it comes to baggage, there's times I've carried baggage just in life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be guilt, whether it be self-disappointment, whether it be depression. But sometimes, right? You know what I'm saying? When you're carrying all these bags, you're so busy holding the bags that you can't have your hands open to receive the blessing God has for you. I'm going to say that one more time. Sometimes our hands and our arms are so occupied carrying the emotional baggage that our hands are not available. Our hands are not open. Our hands are not accessible to get the blessing that God is trying to get to us. So what I want you to know is whether or not you have baggage, right? Put a name on it. Whether it's guilt, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's sadness, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's loneliness, you need to deal with that. Or that baggage will deal with you. And sometimes we wonder why people don't want to deal with us, and we wonder why people don't invite us. Maybe they don't want your baggage. And some of us have ruined relationships. Some of us could be happily married with the kids in the picket fence by now, but because we refuse to put down those emotional bags, we ruin what was set up for us. Just like Karen, you know what I'm saying? She died to get there. And when she got there, her bags ruined the very thing she wanted to see. Sometimes your bags ruin the very thing that you want in life. Whether it's a good spouse, whether it's a good relationship between you and your son or daughter, whether it's a relationship between you and your parents, or whether that's just you getting a good job. Sometimes the emotional baggage that we've been carrying in life is so heavy that it weighs us down, that it slows down our productivity, and it affects the way that we deal with people. You know what I'm saying? We become isolated from other people. You know what I'm saying? We become negative Nancy's and negative Nathans in the way that we think about going after our goals, our dreams, and our visions. So what I want you to do is identify the bags that you're carrying. Seriously, identify the bags that you're carrying. Susan, the bag lady, all she had to do was leave her bags at home. She would have went to the very museum that she wanted to go in. And her hands would have been free to bring some bags out. But because Susan, the bag lady, went to the museum with all those bags, she had to fight her way in. And sometimes when you have emotional baggage, you're trying to fight your way into people's life. You're trying to force your way into people's life. You know what I'm saying? No one wants their bags. And what happens is sometimes when you have a lot of bags, like in the picture, right? Whether you're grocery shopping or whatever, right? Just from a literal sense. Some people try to help you carry their bags, right? Let me tell you, most people have to be strong enough, right? Most people have to be strong enough in order to lift the weight of that bag. So when it comes to emotional baggage, you're trying to go into a relationship with baggage from other people, and now you're asking your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your fiance, husband or wife, to help you carry bags that they are not strong enough to carry. And during that time, it wears them down, and now you've ruined your relationship. So what I want you to do is think about it. You know what I'm saying? Are you carrying emotional baggage that's affecting your productivity? Are you carrying emotional baggage that's affecting your relationships? Be real with yourself. Keep it a million with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not keep it 100, but keep it a million with yourself and ask, am I carrying emotional baggage? And is this emotional baggage affecting what I want to do? Because sometimes the emotional baggage that you carry is almost like a cancer, and it eats everything up in your life. Think about it. So what you got to do is take one bag off and unload the bag. Throw away what doesn't need to be there. And most of the times it's stuff from your past. It's stuff that happened to you. Somebody did you dirty. And I think that we feel like by holding that bag, we have the one up on them. But really, the person that gave us that bag is going around in life not giving a care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They're living their life. They're smiling. They're happy with their kids. So you got to put that bag down and learn how to live life. And that's what I want you to do. Finally put them bags down, learn how to live life. You ever have a heavy book bag or been carrying a heavy luggage throughout the airport, and when you finally put it down, you know how good you feel? That's how you're going to feel when you drop that emotional baggage. So what I want you to do is leave in the comments a type of emotional baggage that you've been carrying that you're ready to let go. Whether it's guilt, whether it's loneliness, depression, self-doubt, disappointment, just comment, leave it in the comments. What is a type of emotional baggage that you've been carrying that you're ready to get rid of? And if you need help getting rid of that baggage, I want you to hit me up through Messenger and let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But think about it though. Are you carrying emotional baggage? And I'm going to end that video. I'm going to end that story time motivation with that. Are you carrying emotional baggage? And do you want to deal with it? And the answer should be yes. Put those bags down. And I just want to let you guys know that, you know what I'm saying, that Bulletproof Radio, the home of hip hop, R&B, and motivation will be coming very soon. I'm working very hard to just come up with new ways to get the content out to you guys. And look, I appreciate and love all of my followers. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Next week, I'm going to have a giveaway where I'm going to be giving away 2 free movie tickets. You can go see whatever movie you want to. You and your boo thing, you and your significant other, take your mother or whoever. But I'm going to be giving away 2 tickets. And all you got to do is share and comment on this post. Share and comment on this post. I want you to share this post and drop a comment. And I'm going to put your name in the hat. And next week, next Friday, I'm going to give away 2 free movie tickets to Regal Cinemas. 2 free movie tickets to Regal Cinemas. And like I said, shout out to Martre Stevens, Keisha Pollard, Willie Sanders, and Ed Epps. You know what I'm saying? It's my team right there. Ed is my assistant. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that keeps me going. But look, my team, you got to check out their content. But shout out to them. Shout out to everybody. And like I said, I thank God for you all because you could be anywhere tonight, but you chose to listen to my voice and my story. But listen, Susan the bag lady had too many bags that messed her up at her destination. Learn how to put the emotional baggage down. And I'm going to end it with that. You have a great, tremendous, powerful, blessed week and weekend. And I'll see you guys next week. One love. Be blessed.